Mexico City is one of the largest cities in the world and the second most populated in Latin America, with more than 22 million inhabitants, after Sao Paulo, Brazil. "59% of its territory is agricultural and conservation land, distributed among 7 rural municipalities: Álvaro Obregón, Guajimalpa de Morelos, La Magdalena Contreras, Milpalta, Tláhuac, Tlalpan, and Xochimilco, with a total surface area of 87,296 hectares. The southern rural region of the capital, which previously supplied food for the city, is no longer a food supplier and is currently facing problems related to low productivity levels. The unequal distribution of agricultural products in the producing localities, urban growth, and the transition for an agricultural city to a city centered on services and commerce as the main dynamic activities. It is important to reclaim and rescue the spaces for production of cactus, amaranth, corn, rosemary, and some vegetables, among other foods, because they can boost the economy of the producing regions, as well as contribute to the promotion of healthy, wholesome, and diverse foods. Greenhouse production method. It favors productivity and crop yields, as for example in Magdalena Contreras with tomato production and in Milpa Alta with strawberry production, in the greenhouse called Jerusalem, which develops as cultivation process in soil beds, a mixture of substrates from the region such as leaf soil and mountain soil. The inputs used in production are aimed at obtaining nitrogen and potassium, using organic substances to control pests. The construction of the chinampas is millenary. Its antecedents are located before the construction of Tenochtitlan. The chinampa is defined as una porción de tierra fértil, hecha con troncos y raíces, rodeada por agua, construida por la mano del hombre en lagunas, canales y pantanos, de forma rectangular, rodeada por hileras de árboles llamados ahuejotes, mismos que sirven para mantener a las chinampas fijas. Agricultural production in Chinampa, present in Xochimilco and Tláhuac, is part of a sustainable system that harmonizes the agricultural production of corn and vegetables with the environment, takes care of the water, cleans the rivers, allows the maintenance of the ecosystem, recovers identity and culture through the food system. The chinamperos have an average of 3 harvests a year. It has ancestral roots. The name milpa comes from the Nahuatl word mili, sown plot, and pan, on top, which translates as what is sown on top of the plot. The milpa system is a Mesoamerican agroecosystem whose main productive components are corn, beans, and squash. This production system is manual, prioritizes the land as a sacred element that is cared for and protected. It is a method that allows diversifying the planting to produce different crops throughout the year, which protects its posts from pests without depleting the essential nutrients of the soil. Materials are reduced to generate fertilizers, as our ancestors did, such as the rastrojo, which is waste from leaves, stalks, and corn husks. The milpa system guarantees production, diversity, and soil fertility. In Chicalco, Tlalpan, for example, corn, radish, lettuce, nopal, pumpkin, pear, plum, peach, tejocote, apple in their different varieties are harvested all year round, and the product reaches the tables of the community. In San Nicolás Totolapan, ancestral processes are combined with science. It is certified organic agriculture based on agroecology. They consider that the oldest technology, natural processes, are the most efficient, scientifically confirmed, while reducing costs. They produce their own fertilizers, compost, and vitamins with raw materials, such as the mother rock flour that they integrate into the fertilizers, using the natural microbiology produced with cheese wheat. They manufacture liquid fertilizers naturally, using cow urine, which generates about 60% nitrogen, while urea only produces 45%. This process puts these producers at a comparative advantage due to the raw materials used. For example, a ton of rock costs them 4,500 pesos, while a ton of urea costs 12,000 pesos. The inputs produced domestically feed and care for the land, the animals, the consumers, and the environment. During the current administration, the city has promoted programs such as Atepelletli, Priapron, and support for agricultural and sustainable development, all of which encourage urban agricultural production while protecting conservation land, although they are not related to other welfare programs that subsidize food production, consumption. These are not linked to the other programs that meet the demand. Producers are often unable to place their production or are exploited by intermediaries.